Well, I know I look a little bit different here in this video. Probably got a little bump on my lip from somewhere. I don't know where that came from. Probably I must have done something in my sleep that caused that. Don't know what it would be, but I woke up with it this morning somehow. Don't know where it came from, but I do kind of come on just to kind of make one last video to this series where we're working on the raccoon's face. And what I left off in the last videos is the part where we sew the tops of the ears. I mean, I kind of went along the top of the head and the sides of the face where I kind of went up into the ears just to give a little leverage, but this time we're going to start at the top of the ear, at the top of the angle, the triangle, and kind of put a little thread to go through and sort of like just put it in and kind of tie just a little knot to go right into the thread, and then just kind of work our way around and make a way to sort of have the little line go just like it needs, and see how this shall come out to be little characters of faith and challenge. And of all things, must admit, I'm back to work tomorrow. Decided I'd get on today just to make this recording today, and then just kind of show what I'm going to do. I will kind of go down the angle, down the side of the ear on one side where I've already made that line and that point, and kind of put a few stitches in. Probably also would say that, knowing the fact that it seems to be a time when I'm unable to get out and spend any money, that's probably going to give me a while and an opportunity to kind of get a little more saved up. Probably just, I'd say, maybe get a few more little items purchased that might like to have for decoration in my bedroom. And I say sometimes with the little items I like to get, sometimes Etsy has their sales, and sometimes the shops that sell them have their sales as well. I say this is one where we've kind of got to get around this little loophole and sort of like get past where we make that little line. I say it's just working a way to make it so we just have kind of bright little lights of some sort, and then come along where we're taking the lines where they often need to go. And so it's just like kind of just making our ways around our homes. And I say it's just the way it was this week. Little niece came over a time or two, she played. And now we're going to go down to the inside of the ear, the part that goes towards the widow's peak, and make that little sewing of a line right into the place where it ought to go. And so without all this thread looping around the whole piece of fabric, it just kind of gets where we kind of have to bring little stops to things now and then just to try to get things out where they need to be, where they ought to be. And pretty soon it's coming to the point where we're going to have a couple of these raccoons finished at their faces and things, and this is something where, you know, there's little steps you'd probably prefer to take in different orders, but just for this video I had to come on to take care of these little things and just do something quick and a demo while I was just unable to get out and go to work lately. But I feel like tomorrow I'll be ready to go back and at least be able to wear a mask and at least be able to avoid too much coughing and sneezing and spreading germs. And I'd say at least that matter, you know, probably I'd say when I woke up this morning, even before recording this video, probably would say that I coughed up my worst phlegm. But I'd say it's, hopefully, since it was the worst, it's going to be the last. Because that's usually the way it gets when you're really starting to clear up. You know, I could not take a little thing in life where we all just know what we do and say and believe what we all know, what we do, what we say. I say, oh, the work and time in life when we're just making things better. Thankfully, be in a better place now. Working in a much better place than I was. Not around all those situations and craziness I worked around the last time. Everybody kind of treats each other so much better in my new place. I say, this is just a time when we kind of come work along things, make things new and better to us. And this is where we make the time that we do and the way that we do and see how all this stuff kind of shows a little brighter world in our point of view. And so little lights shall shine and make their way, brightening to us, seeing us all just for who we are, how we are, what we do. And whoa, I tell y'all that this shall really come out to be the thing we want to see when it all gets done. All the better for us, all the better to see with, and all the better to do with. Oh, I say, kind of come in life and blessing children. Oh, got a little Mountain Dew there. Just kind of time I tell y'all I kind of prepared the coffee pot to brew some coffee this morning, but wasn't able to drink it. I didn't brew it because I knew I couldn't drink it. I tell you, I'm still just feeling like the acid in it just isn't going to be good for me without the carbonation. I'd say, you know, the soda has the carbonation in it, so that's what helps me the most. So helps me deal with everything else. So with this little light of work, I say, coming along these things, there's probably going to be some other stuff we'll do. Might even want to consider sewing out the rest of the body before we consider turning the face out. So might just look at that a little further, kind of think about things a little more, pray about things a little more. And for times in my life, that was what I felt was the thing to do. And so I kind of got a little stitchery done where we make the thing turn out just as good as it ought to be. I say that there's probably going to be something where we might even try just seeing what it'll do if we did turn the face out already, but we are going to turn it back in to try to be able to get the chance to work on the rest of the body when the time comes that it's need be. And so I say that this is just one little work. I say that we just got brightening up us and seeing how, oh, blessed work we do, time in life, oh, little ways of doing little awesome, bizarre types of things, I say, and come along where we're sort of putting little awful work in things we do, and oh, it's just, what will this come out like, I say. And then here's a place where we can kind of see what we've made this out to be when we all get the whole freaking face turned out, get the ears done and everything, and then kind of see how it's going to be when we get it done in the end. And so I tell y'all that we should probably be using something other than this denim for the ears, because it is kind of thick for turning out the ears from. But I say that, you know, the ears can come out in a good enough shape even if not turned out completely from it. And so that's how we got them here, probably in at least a good enough shape that they can go well with the rest of the face and what we have and what we see and what we do. I tell y'all that this is just the little time of work when we just sort of like draw the line and tell people that this little character of a animal shall make something good turn out. And so I say, for the work we've done, got a little more to do out to the edges, and finally here's how we came out with the face. Perhaps one day we might even consider coming on and trying to, now that we've got it turned out, maybe come on and try to, let's say, make a closing of the ears, kind of sew the ears on in a way that we are going to sew a line along here to make them flat so that no polyester stuffing goes into them. And that is how we're going to stuff the thing when it comes down to doing the final work, and when we all just get a little things done where we just kind of measure up our work to be what we see and need and do and all. And I say that finally we're going to be working our way along. We finally got to where we are sort of like kind of getting the little work in here, and see the face didn't turn out exactly right on the nose, but I'd say we kind of do things the best we can somehow. That's all we can do. And I'd say, yes, for now it might be time to end this video, kind of let it upload, kind of show you all more at another time, and probably come back, do that little demonstration on the ears I was talking about, and hope to be back soon and see you all later. Goodbye.